We're on YouTube. And
like to
I don't know if you're
narrate
going to get that. We had a preemption on.
We did. I got mad. I did early because you made us late. It's the same thing. I don't know what to say about it. Give us a narration, Roy.
Well, yeah, maybe two people who are tuned in on Friday are not tuned in today, or vice versa, so they might not have the latest update
Here
on
we
Makeup
have
with Stephanie.
the beautiful. I don't even know what color this is. I feel like if I turn it, it's gonna go. It's a glowy lip color. That's all you need to know.
Yes, it's a glowy
Slowly
lip.
glide it onto your lips, pucker up, and you're ready to rock and roll. Please stop. You're scaring me.
Every Monday through Friday on the Mighty Med 1490 KMET on Newswire Daily, where you will hear us every day on that. Well, I can just totally foul up the...
Wow.
Well, that's one way to start off. At least you got a big laugh out of it. Me stumbling on the words on that. Newswire Daily with Stephanie and Roy coming at you, starting out the week on a Monday.
Wow, we were so off on that one. I would say we tried, but I don't think we did very hard.
It was a absolutely fabulous weekend all across the board. Lots of news and events and stories and everything. We will cover it all.
We will
on this only station that you're going to get. Not only the national stuff or world or international intrigue, but the local stuff that hardly, I'm going to say nobody, because all you got to do is prove one that didn't or did do it that would totally throw it off base. But hardly anybody covers what's going on locally anymore, and that's kind of a sad deal of going on. But we're aiming to change that across the board on what's going on up and down the line. Two things. Actually, they had competing nostalgia drags deals. They had the big summer meetup at Famosio up in Bakersfield, and they had one up at Fontana too on the same weekend. So the drag race guys had to either split it up or go on that. Ron Capps won the big Nitro meetup in the nostalgia drags up at Bakersfield. The annual one that they had last weekend is a really, really, really big deal. And I mean, if you just to watch the old stuff of what you think how you think those guys are crazy, and they are today. They're going down the drag strip at less than 4 seconds in 1,000 feet at 330 miles an hour. To watch them go back out there and run some of the old cars like the Altereds and the Top Fuel guys that run up there back in the day, even though they're going a lot slower, those guys were thoroughly out of their minds driving that, doing that. But it's great to go and it's great that they drag out or keep that history alive up there of that, because, man, some of those guys paid a heavy price for us to do what we do today, or made it safer a lot for some of the crazy stuff they did, made it a lot safer for those of us that came up after that and are going to run in the future. So that was another cool event on that.
Carla writes in, "Hey guys, what a Monday!"
Yeah.
Is anyone else dragging from this time change? Because I know I am. Woke up a freaking hour late today.
And we did that.
That's an hour late.
Well, and that's what I said. We passed it by vote. What was in the last election 2 years ago?
Did it pass? So we wouldn't change it.
That we wouldn't change it. Everybody wanted to stay on daylight savings time, like we are right now, or which is really called, the correct term is mountain time. Mountain time, there is no such thing as really daylight savings time. We're just bumping up an hour ahead to mountain time, which would be like from Arizona to Utah, over, I don't know, Colorado, all that are on mountain time. They're an hour ahead of us. So daylight savings time is actually, because right now, when we bump up, like we're on the same time as Arizona, Utah, So, because Arizona never changes. Arizona,
right.
And I think one other state, it might be Alaska, never changes all the others. But we voted for that. and it actually went through the assembly. They voted because our assembly has to vote on it, and then our state senate. Our state senate has got it hung up for some reason. And I said, to me, I don't care which one. We can go on Pacific time year round, Mountain time. We can do Eastern time, for God's sakes. I don't care which time you pick. Just stay with it. So, yes, this clocks back and forth stuff.
It's screwing with me.
Yes, it scientifically, somewhere you probably find the reports. See if you can dig around and find the reports on. Yes,
wow. I'm not crazy.
They did more. There's more accidents or people.
Really?
Yes.
Shut up.
On that because people get up, they're off of their mark.
I know.
It does more disrupting. This changing back and forth screws with people.
It does. I do like it though when we change back, and then like sometimes you might not change the clocks at home, and you tell your kids to go to bed and it's your bedtime. But I mean, other than that, I mean, now they know I'm tricking.
So
them.
you're teaching your kids it's all right to lie.
No, I forgot to change the clock. Mom messed up. Anyways, Michael writes in, I'm curious, is California going to keep counting Prop 13 votes until it passes?
Well,
emoji.
Good thing. Who wrote that in?
Michael did.
Michael, yes. Good thing you mentioned that because we are going to have John COUPAL of Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association on at the bottom of the hour to explain that. No, there's 600,000 votes down of that, and if they try and pull that, I think there's only about 600,000 votes left to count in L.A. County. And maybe 200,000 in Alameda. Now, the big six to counteract that, which is doing that, would be Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange, San Diego, Fresno, and Kern County, which almost is exactly the equal vote of those two fish bowls over there, which we won't get into at this time. But no, there isn't enough. There isn't enough vote laying out there, even if they counted it almost at 100% at this point. Now, John COUPAL and Howard Jarvis are being overly optimistic, cautious, but we're still up 54-46 on it right now with that. And, my prediction is the final count's going to be about 52.5% no, 47.5% yes.
So there's a chance that they could say it passed.
Well, until the vote is certified, yes, there's always a chance of. But I mean, this would be election fraud at the highest proportion. You talk about lawsuits being flown, man, oh man, would that be going on the DA? I mean, it would be obvious. It would even be even more like Measure A, which had to have 55% pass. On that, and it's down 57% no. I think Pop called in and said, well, you never know, they'll do that. I said, that would even be worse. If they tried to pull that baloney stuff, that would be so obvious that it wouldn't, it wouldn't be, there's not enough votes sitting out there to that. They would almost have to win the existing vote out there at about 100% clip in LA and Alameda County to do that, and that's almost impossible. I mean, the odds of them doing that are absolutely that. I want to talk a little bit about did you get anything on the contravirus and stuff? I mean, the stock market's going crazy. Oh, the world's coming to an end.
You know what I like? Why all these people are stocking up on toilet paper
yes!
and water. This one man was smart enough to stock up on alcohol because he knows he's going to be locked in his house for a while.
Has the coronavirus affected your life?
I think it's hilarious. I mean, all these memes
yes.
that, like the alcohol one, it's funny. Why is nobody stocking up on more important things other than toilet paper and water?
Yeah, they're
really?
in their
Like, where's the food at? I saw another one that said all these people that are stocking up on water and toilet paper should be stocking up on condoms so they don't reproduce. I agree 100%.
Yes. I would 10-4 on that. Yeah, we don't need you in the gene pool polluting that and dumbing down society if that's the way you're...
And, so many doctors have written out there or gone on and done little feeds or videos saying, don't worry about it. And when it's time to worry, we'll tell you when to worry. And he even said, if there's a time to worry, is anyone ever going to believe it? Because look how people are panicking right now. It's just a flu. So many more people are dying in different states, and we're not worried about that, but we're worried about United statewide, someone getting sick and passing away. Granted, it's sad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not wishing that upon anybody, but let's all calm the hell down a little bit, right?
Yes. And yes, I said that, and that's why when the first plane, repatriation plane, was coming in from China to Southern California, it was going to Ontario, then it got diverted to March, and they're not saying anything. That's why I put that out there, because I mean, I was 98.7% sure that's just going to touch off the controversy and the fear and all the other
Right.
stuff, instead of they don't listen to me or people that are halfway smart about this stuff. Just come out, tell the truth of what's going on. There was a legit reason, which there doesn't seem to be, because now the whistleblower at March is saying they weren't prepared. They were exposing people that weren't trained. They were exposing people to the virus that weren't doing that. Yada yada yada. So again, that starts that whole thing. Once they moved that plane from where it was supposed to go and where they were set up to handle it, where they had already from years ago had the pre-plans. If anything like this happens, they're either to come into Ontario or Oakland Airport on the West Coast. Fine, they scheduled. Then there was some complaints coming on of some people in San Bernardino area or something, or why is this coming here? And then they diverted to March, and then the whole thing, then the hysteria started. And it's
hard to not panic, though, when everyone's panicking. I mean, I read today that there was 2 cases in Riverside County that were, said that it was true. And it's hard to not panic. But I'm not thinking I want to go buy toilet paper.
Play the KTLA video.
Good morning, guys. We really did not believe it until we got here and we saw all these people really stocking up on all of these essentials. Now, this store specifically here in Chino Hills, we can confirm that they are out of paper towels and Kleenex and running low on water. The frenzy is real and it is happening here at this location. Take a look. This is video from earlier this morning. It was around 9:30 when people started lining up outside about 30 minutes before the store officially opened. You can see about 200 people in line, half of them saying they're here for toilet paper, water, some of the basic essentials, while other people, they're just shopping for food. The situation here yesterday, however, was so hectic, police were called after some customers started fighting over toilet paper and water. The chaos also happening at several stores yesterday. Take a look. This is a video of a Costco in Woodland Hills. Again, a big line outside the store yesterday morning. The store there sold out of water due to the buying frenzy. We are now hearing that Costco is limiting customers to just 2 packs of water per member per day. Not sure if this is happening at all Costco locations. Viewers have been sending us videos showing the chaos from stores in Burbank to Van Nuys to Marina Del Rey. Also popular on social media, people posting pictures of empty store shelves selling out of things like hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes. Customers are also stocking up on dry grocery items, cleaning supplies, especially Clorox and bleach, water, paper goods. Costco corporate announcing yesterday their sales are up 12% compared to this time last year, and about 3% of the uptick they're contributing it to concerns over coronavirus.
That's just insane. I mean, the fact that they're
They open
trying
at 10
and
o'clock.
so focused and panicked on this, why aren't they more upset about homelessness?
Yes.
Or special education, foster care? I mean, so many more things are just so much more important than this. It's sad. The hell's wrong with people, Roy?
You're singing my tune. I mean, yeah.
I know, it's scary. Stop making me smart, damn it.
That's what I mean. That's why I keep bringing this stuff
Better.
out. The homelessness. That's why I go to these schools. Look at them fighting in the deal. They're
Oh my
fighting over
gosh.
stuff over toilet paper for
She
crying
wanted
out
the
loud.
Charmin, man.
Of that.
Chick was trying to steal her Angel Soft. It's outrage.
But no, that's why I talk about this stuff. When are you really
It's so stupid.
Are you really and you're paying $1 more a gallon for gas in California. Your education system's going in the freaking toilet. At least you're finally waking up. You didn't pass the bonds and stuff this time of that. You're finally waking up. That's why you go down to your school district and say, "Not no, hell no." If the kids are, if the cops figure out that these kids need a little discipline, you should not have a school district not having crying in the fetal position saying, "No, it might damage your little psyches." No, maybe their psyches need a little damaging and they won't do this crap.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So
I agree with him.
So let's start focusing on what's really important. And that's what we're going to keep drilling more on this stuff, that they're finally going to do that. And maybe, I'm hoping that some of this effort is finally paying off, because we did have the big turnaround in Prop 13, the school bond, which is going down to a heavy defeat.
But they are still counting, so
I'm not worried.
I'm worried about everything now.
I
I
know
want to
that.
go buy toilet paper. I want to go help count votes. I don't even know what to do with myself anymore.
But no, the only people that really have to worry about contravirus are people that are elderly, on the sick side, or their immune systems are down. It doesn't really.
Or young children, I would assume.
It really doesn't seem to be like the normal flu. It really doesn't seem to be affecting, from what I've heard, young children. It's really it's only now, if they do get it, potentially it is probably more lethal than most normal flu viruses, but that's for a very small segment of the population. And that the only thing that I can take up from the contravirus deal that I discovered, coronavirus coronavirus, is the report, and do this, and I did the little experiment. How many times, what is it, you touch your face like 20 times an hour or something, and you think of it, now that at least I am conscious of it, you do all the subconsciously or something, you do touch your face, which they said is one thing, that helps spread the disease. Well, any kind of disease, cold, flus, contravirus, on top of the.
You know what? I'm seeing all these signs everywhere on teaching you how to wash your hands in adult bathrooms. Why are these signs in adult bathrooms on how to wash your freaking hands? Like, really? Come on. Really? I'm so sad.
Well, it's a sign of making a frou-frou society.
But you know what? It's good, though. I mean, at least now people are learning how to properly wash their hands. Maybe germs will stop being spread this year. So now we're focusing on not being sick. Go us.
Yeah.
Discounted toilet paper.
When did we become so stupid? Yes, that we need adults need instructions on how to wash their hands.
Susan from Herber Raleigh says, "Oh no, that's me. Off to Costco to buy toilet paper."
Take the keys away from Susan of Harupa Valley.
Right. I'm not worried about it. She's probably, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. See, I stopped digging. I'm learning.
No, it's crazy. Why would you get in a fight over that over toilet paper on?
I don't get why I don't understand why they're buying toilet paper. Why not?
Well, they think they're going to run out.
Why? It's freaking toilet paper.
Yes, it's like we're not.
Where's the food? The water I can see, but like when we have earthquakes, and I want to. Do all these people have an earthquake kit?
Yeah,
do they all have?
You should have all this
medical
stuff
kit?
anyway.
Do they all have all these other kits, or is it toilet paper? Was it right on Pop? Yes. Damn it, I'm good. Hi, Pop.
Hello. Well, do you want to know? I'll give you a guarantee. There'll be more people killed this year in traffic accidents than this coronavirus
by far
will do in a year. Probably 5 to 1. But
they
won't talk about that. That's year after year after year.
There will be more. There will be probably 100 times, 1,000 times more people die every year of the rate. What I think it's like 250,000 people a year die from just the regular flu.
Right.
Of that, and nobody's having a mass Hispanic or hysterical panic over that, over the regular flu, and people, like you say, traffic or anything else. You should have these supply, like Stephanie said, you don't know, whatever earthquake, something, any of this stuff. You should have these supplies stacked up. You should have. A couple of weeks of toilets. Let's just say you have 2 rolls of toilet paper. When you get down to 1, go buy another. That way you'll have, plenty, and you'll be prepared for an emergency or something. Which this is not going to be. Not in the United States. Maybe in these third world backwards countries like Indonesia and China or something that. That don't have the health standards or stuff that we have had and we are let slipping away, like when we're letting the homeless crap in the street and we're not doing anything about it. If you want, and that's the reason why our society is that you might know, Pop. What's the number one reason for the spread in the United States of this, and probably even worldwide, where it is, of the spread of disease or anything, and why we wiped out so many of them? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, indoor plumbing was
Correct.
one of them.
Indoor plumbing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Indoor
Yeah.
plumbing. You take all the medical science that has been in the history of the world, indoor plumbing has wiped out more viruses, disease, anything else than all of those factors by 1,000%. Because, like the old saying, don't eat where you crap.
Right.
And that's
Well,
the whole,
Well, people should have had to grow up in my time when I was in grade school through high school, when we fertilized we didn't clean nothing. The whole thing. Yeah, people, like I say, we were great. The Midland school that I went to, not the one you did, we were great environmentalists. The septic tanks and cesspools were in the backyard, back where we played. There we played, and we flushed it today, and the well house was just probably 50 feet away, and we drank it tomorrow.
right.
So, we have all these things, but that was the way. There was no public water system in Moreno Valley when I was going to school.
And that's why back in those times the life expectancy was like in your 50s, and today it's almost approaching 80 in the United States.
Right, yeah.
I mean, again, it's not, not to discount what doctors and medical science and drug companies do to do that, but it pales into comparison what your plumber has done for your health.
Right. Look at during times when Moreno Valley just got started, and that was in Edgemont and Sunnymead. Central Sunnymead, remember, you were around when it was summertime came along, and they told you all the little kids don't drink water, and older people don't drink the water during the summertime because it was flushed today and drink it tomorrow.
Yeah, we did got the first main line coming up through Sunnymead in 67 or 8 and completed around 70.
Well, they didn't even incorporate water in here until EMWD, which didn't get the water here, but 1951 was when they were talking about bringing water here.
But yeah, that your plumber, your sewage systems, your water supply, your modern water supply has done more for your health, life expectancy, quality of life than practically anything. So, again, if you do, and this is one reason, like I say, especially with this homeless epidemic coming on that we've been talking about, letting people go back to living like a third world, status like this is now, is ultimately going to kill our quality of life, and the kids, grandkids, and future generations are going to have to deal with this if we don't clean this crap up.
Well, just like when I was going to during junior high and high school, we swam in the Gage Canal, which had all the spray from all oranges and everything else in that water, and we swam it all the time. And now there isn't much water in that Gage Canal, but that was where a lot of kids swam every day. So, which was the irrigation from San Bernardino clear into Orange County, which was for the orange groves. That was the irrigation water, and that's what we swam in.
Don't tell them why, but there's going to be a very special reason why you're going to come in studio tomorrow.
I am?
Yes.
I didn't know nothing about it.
Well, it'll ding on your head when you figure out.
You get to sit in my seat. Sit here and smile.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Of that.
It's a tough job.
Probably is.
No.
Oh, okay. I'll let it go. We'll see what happens.
You got it.
I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
Bye, Pop.
So
He said bye with his heart. Susan from Hooper Valley writes in and says, Hooper cleaned out the homeless over the weekend. Good start.
Yes.
She also wants to know why she's the top fan. Maybe if you watch the show every day, you would be. Okay, keep talking.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I already wrote it in and told her. Love you, Mom. I'm scared now.
Why?
I don't know. Anyways.
You can say just about anything to anybody with a smile on your face.
And?
Yeah. You can get away with saying just about anything if you say it with a smile on your face.
No, I don't believe that. You say stuff all the time, and it drives everybody insane. I don't care.
Oh, we'll talk a little bit more about John COUPAL of Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, give us an update on the whole Prop 13 thing and why it was such a monumental shift, and the why the establishment class is all up in a tither over it, of everything that went on with that. The 180s everybody's taking it today are that, because, like I said, I would like to be a fly in the wall in some of these, not only locally like Measure A or the Harupa Valley one. I think they've spent on the, what was it, Yes on E, the school bond for Harupa Valley. I think they spent $156,000 on the no, or on the yes on that, and it's going down to defeat about 60-40 on that. Not only like all the others. So yeah, a lot of people are having to answer a lot of questions that they didn't think they were going to have to answer, but they probably should be on that. So that will be fun. We'll have a fun update coming on with John coming up on the deal. As you can hear the dinging bells, as Jesse's getting ready to hook us up with the Mighty Met KMET. So we'll be joining their airwaves in about 2 minutes.
I think this guy's ready.
Who?
Who's ready?
Oh, yeah, he is. I wonder how many rolls
There
of
you
toilet
go.
paper right there. That's
And
crazy.
Marcus, what has he got? He must have 250 rolls of toilet paper stacked up around.
It's a
his
wonder
stomach.
if I'm going to be able to go to the store and even find any toilet paper to purchase.
Well, yeah. Normally, you're going to go walk into.
They're going to start selling it on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Watch. Oh, my gosh. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
There we go. I saw someone selling little bags of hand sanitizer.
of the hoarder mentality. Yes. I mean, that's stupid. I'm hoping he did that as a joke, and he really didn't. But I mean, I would.
What? The toilet paper rolls?
Yes.
No, I've seen. You know how many photos I've seen of that? Of just toilet paper rolls like everywhere. It's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and there you go. Yeah, there's.
Well, that's always
Again,
Walmart.
like they said, the
That's
fist
Walmart
fights
always looks
and
like that.
arguments are coming out in that stuff. It's ridiculous.
1 minute.
We got to make Susan a top fan so I can get my Christmas presents
Well,
back.
Susan,
I don't know how Facebook picks that. We have nothing to do with who gets top
Yes, you
fan.
get it's just if you comment a lot.
Yeah,
on
if you're
the site,
active in it.
yes,
So
they'll make you a top
I mean,
fan.
it really is your guys' fault, not mine.
Whoa.
I'm so
Whoa.
serious. Facebook gives it to them.
Diss the audience some more so they will.
Besides my family, they're writing how they always forget to watch my show.
30
How am I
seconds.
supposed to take that? I just had the
I'm going to put you guys on so you can hear your new spot.
Oh.
Easy.
Whoa. Catch Stephanie and Roy each and every day, 5:30 to 6 on the Mighty Met KMET, where we'll bring you all the news and views locally coming on across the board that you will not get anywhere else. The best radio show in the Inland Empire, IE Newswire Daily on the Mighty Met KMET, 1490, 5:30 to 6, and on IE Newswire on Facebook and YouTube.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
Here we go, cranking it in on another
Money Monday
on the show.
Wow, that was really enthusiastic.
IE Newswire Daily, you'll hear every day, Monday through Friday on the Mighty Met 1490 KMET 5:30 through 6. Every day 5 to 6 on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Also, you can catch us the video cast on there so you can see our bright smiling faces each and every day. Coming on the radio, that intro sounded a little bit like you had a 33 and a third record on 45 a little bit to me, but
What does that mean?
it means I sounded like I was talking very fast on it.
You were. It was a good one though.
Yes,
Good job.
it is. I don't know if Sean speeded it up or not on that, but it sounded like I was talking faster than I normally did.
Maybe.
That was
I thought
going
it was
on.
good.
We've done we had a good discussion about the coronavirus on there at the first half hour of the show doing that. We gave you a little update on some of the fun stuff going on, and we talked a little bit about Prop 13 and the local bonds. But to fill us in on the latest of what's going on the 2020 Prop 13 that is going down to a big resounding defeat so far. And nothing brings a bigger smile to my face in elections in such a very long time. I can't remember when. But to give us all the details of this, John COUPAL of Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association is on with Stephanie and Roy. Welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, Roy? Hey, Steph.
Hey, John, how are you?
I am well, thank you.
You wrote a column today on that's going out on Southern California News Group on that. And again, I would love to be a fly in the wall on all these from where all these consultants were and that collected $10 million and are losing this Prop 13 school bond big time.
Yeah, they're losing it as we speak. However, it's not over until the fat lady sings, and this fat lady hasn't sung yet, but she may be warming up. Look, there's about 3 million uncounted ballots, and we are watching it on an hour-by-hour basis as the counties are coming in. A bunch of counties came in today. Minor counties, a minor addition to the count. I think something like 27,000 additional ballots came in, and the no side actually got 52% of that 27,000. So, my fear is, if I have a fear, it is that some of the liberal counties will come in with a massive amount. We should know more after 5 o'clock tonight. Well, actually, it's after 5:30. I should probably check when I get a chance.
Yeah, the L.A. and Alameda would be the big two.
Yeah, but even in L.A. we did quite well, which I think really shocked people. But that may be a testament to the fact that look at what happened with Measure EE. That was within the L.A. Unified School District, and we trounced that pretty well. So I think people are reaching a point of I won't call it saturation. I'll call it taxeration, and that is too many taxes. Too many requests for higher taxes, and I think that's what's really going on here.
Yeah, it is, and I think you pointed out in the column about there was 263 local tax and bond measures. About half of them went down to defeat. It was even better in Riverside and San Bernardino counties because we had 9 of them on. 8 of the 9 went down to defeat, and 7 of the 8 school bonds went down to defeat in San Bernardino and Riverside County.
That's a pretty good track record. Now, I do think that if a local government really has a need and demonstrates that need, the people are open to it. But that's not what we've seen. What we've seen is government entities, cities, counties, and special districts and school districts putting something on the ballot, thinking automatically that they are entitled to get approval. And I think people have just had enough. And we start with the observation that California has the highest income tax, highest state sales tax, highest gas tax, and people are beginning to wonder, where is all that money going? And it's not going for the things that we want.
Yes. Again, if they would, we've had Jason Hunter, which he does a lot down in Riverside. I do in Moreno Valley. And it is the point. It's not that we're against school bonds per se, but give us a specific project list. If you need school facilities, which you're going to have to make a pretty good argument since we're in declining enrollment and things like that.
Yes.
Of that. But if you can make a really good argument why we need a new school or new facilities that are going to last 30-plus years, that are legitimate things to bond for or pay long-term, well, then that's on the table. But if you're doing repairs or buying computers or doing normal stuff that you should be paying with out of your very large-esque budget right now, no.
Yeah, and I do think that people saw that in the last 15 years that the voters have approved about $65 billion in statewide school bonds on top of all the local bonds that they've passed. So I think people are beginning to draw the line, and I think also they're beginning to see. I think underneath all of this discussion is the realization that so much of this money ends up in an entity's general fund used to bail out pension funds. And I think at the same time they're being asked to approve bonds and higher taxes, they're seeing the stories of the unfunded liabilities and how generous some of these pensions are. And I think people are beginning to put two and two together and realize that much of the money that they approve is not going for the things that are represented that it will go for, but going to bail out the pension funds.
Yes, and it's really obvious to us, like I say, less than probably 1% that follow us, what's going on. But again, and we've got the split roll fight, which is going to come up in November. And I think this, and I'm hoping we can keep the momentum going like this and doing that. And I really hope that you are correct, and I suspect it is. The people are now finding the connection that, maybe they haven't been telling us the God's honest truth about what's going on or why they're asking for all this money or where it's really been going or why they need it in the future.
Yeah, and I think, speaking of the split roll fight, which is a direct attack on the good Prop 13, the Prop 13 from 1978, that is a direct assault on the 1978 Prop 13. If I were their consultants who are pushing that, I would go to them and have a honest meeting saying, look at what just happened. You've got to make a decision as to whether or not you want to proceed. And but I don't think their consultants would do that because I think their consultants just want to get paid.
Yes.
So I think they're going to be telling them, yeah, you can win this. Yeah, you can win this. If I think an objective review of what has happened in this election cycle compared to what's going to happen in November with even a broader Republican turnout,
yes,
and not just a statewide school bond, but a direct attack on the iconic Prop 13, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about November.
You wrote in your column today about the stuff in you, Susan Shelley, which we've had on, pointed out about the confusion per se of that on Prop 13, and we were that was one of the things that was making all of us a little bit leery about this because of that. And Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association for what has it been decades, if not many years, has said, you should retire that number, and everybody was, well, what's going on with that? Now the other side is saying, people were confused about, they're trying to turn the tables on this as the excuse of why they're losing.
Yes, and in fact, the author of SB 48, which became this Prop 13, Patrick McDonald, said that he's going to propose legislation to retire the number 13, to which we reply, good.
Yeah.
We'll be first in line to testify in favor of your bill, because it's something that we've been asking for a long time. And for them to now say, well, there people were confused, well, yeah, come on. This should be a bipartisan effort to retire the number 13. There's no reason we should confront this problem every few years.
And I think it's we had to pay the penalty on them reinforcing the gas tax SB1 and putting it through the vote. How many times have they had these ballot languages like of that, like in the example of the gas tax? The Improve Your Roads Act, or the friendly schools and kids are going to do this and act. Totally dishonest ballot language titles.
You know what they do? They make it all confusing every year.
Yes.
Every year it's confusing.
Yes. Well, remember the gas tax, the campaign against Prop 6, which would have repealed the gas tax.
Right.
They ran all these scary pictures of rusting bridges. I mean, come on. And they did the same thing here with the lead in the pipes and the asbestos in the schools. And people were said, wait a minute. We've given you $65 billion in the last 15 years, and you can't remove the lead and you can't get rid of the asbestos. We're not buying it. We are not buying it.
Yes, this stuff, lead and asbestos has been banned for 30 or plus years that I can remember. Yes, if you've got lead or asbestos in your schools, the parents of the school children should be down addressing your local school boards or your state office of education on why our kids are doing this, not, oh, well, we just discovered this. No, you knew about this for a long time. Why weren't you fixing it?
Right. That's exactly right. So anyway, this was a great victory, and you know, they spent we'll find out how much they spent. They spent between $10 and $20 million for the campaign. As you know, we spent about $250,000 on our radio ads, but quite frankly, a big boost to us was folks like you and other talk show hosts. We got so much play on what we call earned media, which is just being on the conservative talk radio, that is so helpful. It is a great network, and all of you advocates out there for sanity were a big part of this, and I think it's something we can all share in.
Aw, that makes me happy.
Yes, and it did me. Like I said, I haven't been this happy about election in decades.
Thank goodness, because I was scared if it was the other way around. I wasn't going to come in.
And I can't thank you guys enough, Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, for doing that and pointing out that.
And explaining it. I mean, Roy does a great job, too, but hearing it from somebody like you and Susan, you guys just explain it so much better, and I like you guys a lot more. So it's so much easier to listen. With him, I drowned him out. No, I'm just kidding. But I do appreciate it, because I am a rookie to all of this stuff, and you guys really make it easy to follow.
Well, I think you know, in politics that is a challenge, because some of this stuff is very confusing, our opponents, they thrive on confusion and obfuscation, and it's up to us to explain things in ways that not only people understand, but to become a source that becomes trusted. And I think I will pat ourselves a little bit on the back, because I think whether you agree with the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association or not, I think we have become a fairly reliable voice on behalf of taxpayers that people can trust. So with that, we'll continue.
Yes, please do.
The truth will set you free.
Don't make me listen to Roy.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I love him too.
No, it's a great to have you on, and it's even more of a great feeling of all of us joining together, and we're finally seeing some turnaround in this stuff. And this is why, and I'm going to give John a minute to tell you the very reason why you should join Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association. Go, John.
Well, I think what happened this campaign is a good example. I mean, we conducted this campaign through one of the Jarvis initiative committees called No New Taxes, and that's a separate committee that we run. I'm the chairman of that committee, but we also have our main association that lobbies, and we also have a foundation that does all the litigation. So people can go to our website at hjta.org. That's hjta.org. And there are so many ways you can help, and so many different things that we do, whether it's in the courtroom or at the ballot box or in the legislature. And our job is simply to protect Proposition 13 and give California taxpayers a voice that they otherwise would not have.
And you do a very fine job of it.
You do.
You and all the folks over there, and we'll have you on as much as possible, because, like you say, when it comes to November, split roll is going to be we want to trounce them even harder than we did on Prop 13.
I would like that a lot. All right.
See you later, John.
Bye, John.
Thanks, Royce. Bye, Steph. Take care. Bye.
You too.
Man, that legacy, that's I couldn't be happier on that result, and I'm thoroughly confident that it's going to hold the way it is, and it's going to go down to defeat. They couldn't have enough ballot. If they tried to pull something on this election on that,
I'm nervous about it though.
No.
I mean, I get nervous about everything, so I'm like gonna go out and buy some toilet paper right after the show. But really, I am nervous. I'm just gonna go and buy toilet paper.
Oh no, nothing to fear but fear itself. Somebody famous once said.
That wasn't you. You're not that smart. I'm just kidding. Wow. I'm going to have everyone hate me at the end of the show. Oh my gosh. You're making me you. Stop. Damn it.
Oh,
I'm like becoming miserable the more I come on here, because I'm learning so much. It's just making me so mad.
Which is what it should be doing. Yes.
No, really do learn a lot when I come here. As much as I hate to admit it, you are kind of smart. No, he didn't pay me to say that. Although I will take some money. I'll say more nice things. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. Anyways. Talk, you're scaring me. Why are you quiet? Oh no, Jesse, I broke him.
Well, I wanted to see if you're going to stop digging in the hole.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Mom, why aren't you stopping me? She's not even watching
I don't
anymore.
I don't think
She
you're on the
tuned off.
A list either since you've been dissing Mom.
No, hey. No, when her and my sister come on and are complaining that they're not top fan and they don't have the cute little badge, I'm just simply explaining because
A little attitude coming out
I mean,
there.
Facebook decides who has it. Was it really attitude?
Yes.
I love you, Mom and sister. I'll get you your badge. I don't know how to do that though. Anyways.
Well, you can't get him a badge. You just got to comment on Facebook.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not my fault. I'm being blamed for it, and I have no control over it. Just got to and then they're saying how they keep forgetting my show. That was not a stab in the heart or anything. Anyways, we're moving on.
Yes.
Please, take your show back. Make me stop talking.
Paris,
Hey.
What?
Oh, dang it.
What?
Coming up soon, we're going to be giving away these Chili's gift cards, so stay tuned for our giveaway coming up this month and next month.
There you go.
There you go.
Stay tuned. You'll win some stuff on
Some
the show.
stuff. You'll win something.
You'll win some.
I don't know what yet, but something.
Talk about a little bit the season opener. We talked about the Nostalgia Drags. The season opener for USAC CRA Sprint Cars was up. Trying to think of his name.
Chili's gift cards, too.
Yeah,
Cool.
2 years with that. CJ Larry won both nights, Friday and Saturday night down in Santan, Arizona, which is the greater Phoenix area. On that, opened it up. But Paris Auto Speedway also had their opener last Saturday
And
night.
was
to
it?
open up the season on a night of destruction. So we had that. There's
crazy.
Kyle Cox, who won the trailer race. I think Garrett McCourt, who was back after a while. There's Kyle and his crew picking up the trophy on the figure 8 trailer race. Garrett McCourt made a rare appearance at that at both at on the figure 8s and demo cross in there. Had some fireworks going on later on the demo cross one with the J.D. Wilson going out on there. There's Garrett who got second on the trailer race on that. So that was exciting going on in there. There's the guys that were on the Hollywood guys that were out there making their renditions performance
Hollywood guys
on the track. Yeah.
Adam Devine and
Okay.
Blake Anderson,
Okay.
who were out shooting. Well, they worked together on Workaholics, but they were out shooting a movie or TV show. We don't know for what or when it's going to air yet, but we'll be sure to let everybody know as soon as we have the details, because I know a lot of our fans were in the crowd.
Yes.
There that night.
So you got to attend your first drivers meeting ever on that.
And I did send the producer some photos if he would like to share those.
Like
Anyways, yes, the first drivers meeting, that
So-
was awesome. I mean, other than the cameras and the Hollywood people there, which kind of added a little more excitement to it. No offense to the driver meeting that would normally take place, but it was cool.
But as you maybe you didn't, but what was you got to see. Doesn't matter if you're a big Hollywood star or whatever. You get treated the same. When you pull.
Oh
in the
yeah,
pits
they were
to the races. If you're a rookie or never been there, you get the
yeah.
hazing treatment
Oh, yeah.
like everybody else. There's no superstar, nothing on that. There's Mark Hatfield who was third. There's a couple Serapi who won the double decker race. Coming up on that, there they are sitting there winning that.
They're cute. They're a funny couple. She's yelling at him, "Go faster!
Yes.
Hurry up!"
That.
It was funny.
There's the yellow car that flopped her over in the side in the
Yes,
heat race
with the Blake
little
Anderson
taxi.
and Adam Devine were in that one, and they tipped it.
As they tipped her over. Yes, they
were-
didn't have very successful. What they made a lap or two in the figure 8 race and they were out.
Yeah.
Tipped over the double decker everything. You know, it's not an easy. It looks really easy when you're sitting up in the grandstands watching this stuff. It's a whole nother world when you buckle your little hiney in that car, flip the switch, and go out there and race.
I bet.
They almost made it, though. They only
He
had like a
did.
quarter of a lap to
Yeah.
go, and they almost made it. I was praying for them.
That was,
It was fun.
That was in the heat race, and they didn't make it. There's Batman, Jesse Gordon in the Davis Trenching number 10, Corridas Tires, Batmobile that he won the figure 8 race in, that he dominated in classic style as only he does, standing on there on top of his car, and they're in the victory lane celebration on that. Jesse's a real good guy. Man, he's got that track figured out.
He really does. He has it dialed in.
There's he does. I mean, he just flat flies around that place. That. So him and his dad sets the car up on that. There's Kyle Cox, who I think finished second in the figure 8 in the regular figure 8 race. Who was at Kyle runs them all. He ran the demo cross too. I think he wound up third on that also. So yeah, Kyle, man, he runs them all. He practically out there. If there's a race on, Kyle's out there chomping at the bit to do that. There was a new car that 53, and he ran the whole figure 8 race. I was surprised. That car stayed in really good shape.
It's
for
a
the
good-looking car.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a good-looking car.
Roger Story, he finished third out there on that race. So that's it. There's 187. Weston Hughes, he won the demo cross out there. I don't think Doug had it, but I can't remember who was second. But I think Garrett was third on the night. Yeah, there's Garrett up there.
They didn't have a lot of boats out there this year, though.
Yeah,
they only
were
had like one, maybe two.
Yeah, they were a little bit thin on the.
Are we going to donate another boat this year?
Well, if we find one,
Can I paint it hot pink?
If you can
I put your picture on
there?
I'm
Go
just
for
kidding.
it.
I'm just kidding.
Go for
wow, my mouth today is like, I'm not getting any
you're
Christmas
tuned up
presents,
today.
and I'm probably going to get fired.
What got into you?
I don't know.
There's some video of the figure 8 race going on, like we talked about with Earl Cox and Jesse.
That
Price.
crash, though, that was insane.
That's what this video is. This is the crash.
Speed it up because it's towards the end a little bit more.
So yeah, no, it is. That track is that is the tightest figure 8 track I've ever did, and the action on it is intense.
It is.
Of that, here you go, Jesse sliding into.
But I think it's coming up. Yeah, it's right there.
Boom! Yeah, there's.
And that guy totally guarded and blocked anyone from hitting Adam Devine. So really, he owes him.
Is that
a huge thank you, because he would have totally crashed into him.
That's probably your first crash you've seen in the X, isn't it?
No, I think last year there was one.
Did they have one in last year?
I think it was with the trailer though. This cord is choking me all show. It's driving me insane. You set it up, didn't you? You plotted that.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
I have an evil plot.
I see how it is.
Yes, everything.
Sorry. Next time I bring treats, you can't get nothing.
Everything is Roy's fault.
It is. Duh.
No, it was a
my
great
gosh, I sound
night
like
out
my
there at
9-year-old.
Paris Auto Speedway.
A lot of fun.
Of that, yeah. Everybody, I think, had a great time out there on that. If you haven't been out there to see Night of Destruction, I think that they're usually the first Saturday every month is the Night of Destruction, pretty much all from now till September on that. Plus, they'll have the stock car opener, IMC modifieds, and that. Maybe we'll have Chuck Becker back because he sold everything out, retired. Now he's coming back on the deal. So,
and I believe that that mud run's coming up soon.
Yeah, the mud run should be coming up here pretty soon.
So stay tuned for that. And then what?
May
30th.
is the,
Run for a Cure.
Are
we doing that again this year? Heck yeah, we are.
Yes.
I'll race you.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I take that. Well, yeah. No, let's race. I want to start training. Let's go get some tacos first, though.
Well, we can do that. As we usually say.
We're gone.